Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back with Eldrazi ramp on the draw for game one. This hand looked really promising. Sprawl into woodland into sprawl into speaker, pitch a card actually is pretty good because that would be 6 mana on turn 3 since we're double stacking sprawls. But unfortunately, no longer the case. We'll go double green though. We'll pass. Eon pass. So I'll probably go like this. I want to surveil here. Blood Crypt Shock. Faithless Looting. Maybe something Reanimator-ish? I mean, there's Archons, so it definitely feels Reanimator-ish. Draw Myco. So in that case, Talisman, Sprawl, Green, Foothills, Pass. Major downside here, of course, is if they have a Persist. Yeah, that's an issue. Let's fetch Surveil just to see what we want to pitch here. Second Myco. Problem is Myco's not doing too much. I guess we can ramp to K command. So we pitch, we draw, we play, we hold, we pitch Shifting Wood then. I suppose, yeah. To top, Persist. That's 8 mana. We pitch. You draw. Gala Shrine Shock. Do you have a Thoughtseize? Prismatic Ending. Pretty rude. We draw. Cast Myco. Yield all. For Temple. Pass. And hold on the off chance it's relevant. We're going to take 8. I wonder if retrospect, maybe I should have played the Shifting Woodland and K command ramp scry draw. Maybe that would have been the play. Yeah, maybe that would have been the play. Because now we're short 1 for something like a Devourer. Yeah, maybe that would have been the play then. I don't think I have a way out now. Second Persist, Pyro pitch, 2 draw 2. So we're dead on board. And a Prismatic Ending. I mean, now it's looking pretty grim. World Break, wouldn't have cut it anyways. We'll concede. What would have been underneath World Break, I'm curious. Another World Break. So we pitch, drew. No, not happening. Alright, so this is a Reanimator deck. Lost for game 1. So we are going to want Cage, Jailer. K returns too much work, but Jugabog, yes. Gemstone, no. Dismember does clear Archon. Drop the Ice Till. Drop Ghost Quarter. We could go Flute Naming. Persist to delay. Drop Breaker. Let's run it back like this. Oh, I can drop Gemstone, can't I? Oh, too late. On the play for game 2. I will keep Forest, Sprawl, Green, Pass, Pass. Cliffs, do you have a Thoughtseize? Pain for cost, chooses not to. Sprawl, Rumble. There's the gemstone I didn't want, but I'll take gemstone, pass, hold, pass, draw, commercial district surveil, temple top and pass, hold K command. Honestly, I might just hold K command indefinitely. Shadowy Backstreet. Bloodstained Mire to Yard. Again, we hold. Ashiok. So there goes Temple, unless I ramp Scry Draw. Do you target me or target self? Target me. Ramp Scry Draw. Temple Micah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I kind of need Temple. So let's go top draw. Micah will get milled. That's fine though. We'll pass, draw, Temple. Play Temple, Sprawl for green. 3, 4, 5, 6. Micah kick. We won't be able to search. Hit their red source to take off looting. We'll pass. And hold. So they Ashiok again. We'll down the Ashiok. Sacred Foundry shock. 16 looting. So we have the Dismember primed for an Archon. Flage Archon. Persist. Archon. Trigger. Sack a token. Pitch a Talisman. Ashiok target. They play their land for turn 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess I don't have to fire this off right now. I can save the token for later. Ashiok will resolve. 3, 6, and then search. Have they hit Bajukabog yet? They have not. Okay. Draw. Dismember. Micah combat. Swing at Ashiok. Ashiok down. Second main. Micah hit red-white. Yield all. Bajukabog. Bajukabog target you and pass. And pass. So Archon is out. I keep on finding these red sources though. Price of Freedom. Grab a forest. A bit annoying. Inquisition hits the K command. Very annoying. Draw. Temp or lab. Go to combat. Swing 6 and hold. And draw. Micah kick, hit your red source yet again. Float black, double black. Shieldred's Edict. Sacrifice a Micah spawn. I will grab a Shifting Woodland. Go to combat, swing. Down to 8, lethal on board of Shifting Woodland. Draw a card. And Bounce Scoot it up, we'll take the win. Alright. So, I mean, Dismember seems good. He also seems relevant because of the Ashiok. One gemstone this time, Rumble out. I'm gonna say maybe 6 out. Flute still seems somewhat relevant. Flute still seems somewhat relevant. Maybe 6 out. And maybe I'll just drop 1 heat here. Run it back like that. Otherwise, maybe the second breaker. Flute, Surveil, Temple, Hold Flute, Myco 2, Bajuka Bog in hand. Bajuka Bog in hand is give and take. We'll keep. We'll pass. Bloodstained Mire, pass. Commercial District Surveil. Heat Top, pass. Bloodstained Mire, fetch Surveil. Keeps it on top, we'll pass. Triumph. Inquisition takes Flute. Draw. Hold Heat. Play Templar Force, play 4 since they play Price. Hold. They know we have Bajuka Bog. Flage. Flage Helix target me. Draw. Second Myco. Cast Myco. Temple. And pass. You can't get the Flage just yet. That's why we didn't need to go for the Bajuka Bog. Price. Pretty rude of you. Would like a land. Thoughtseize takes Myco Spawn, I'd imagine. Yep, Myco down. Draw. Misty Rain. No reason to play the Misty Rain. Instead, we will Bajuka Bog Flage out of yard. Because a fetch gets them to Flage. 3, 4, 5. Next turn, we will have Sire or Devourer. Paying cost for Pyro Pitch 2. Archon, Ashiok in yard, land for turn. Pass, draw, K command. In that case, how would we like to proceed? Before I was thinking we don't want to attack, but I think now we do, question mark? We definitely want to hold the K command up. We'll play the Misty Rain, and I think we'll just pass at this point. So if they persist, we have K command and can surveil and exile cards in yard. Or rather, scry draw, not surveil. If this was surveil instead of scry draw, man, it'd be so much better. Imagine just surveilling every card into an Emrakul. Would be a thing of beauty. Ashiok. Ashiok is kind of yuck. Huh. So Misty Rainforest fetch, Shock and a Stomping Ground. Do I K command now? I'm thinking yes, so that way I can heat the Ashiok. So Scry draw, exile. Scry draw, exile. Have they played a land for turn? They have not. I guess I can wait until Ashiok resolves, yeah? Target me or target self? Target me. So then, yes. Scry draw, exile, cards in yard. And done. Hold up a red source. X equals 4. There's Ugin, Rumble, Speaker, Devourer. I'm thinking no Speaker. Keep in mind, we only get one of these. So we can heat the Ashiok after resolution. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One short Ugin. Ugin would be really good. But we're not able to get there. So it's either Devour or Rumble, I think. I mean, if we just Devour into Sire, it's a pretty good position to be in. So we'll take the Devourer, and then we will heat the Ashiok. Ashiok is down. No attacks. Draw. Lab, of course. So in that case, how would we like to proceed? Let's Devour so I can attack in with Myco Spawn. Gets Pyro off the board. Attacking with Myco and pass. And pass. Faithless Looting. Persist out. Looks like a Wear Tear maybe? Yep, Wear Tear out. Flays hit Myco. That's fine. We'll draw. Breaker. I do like Breaker here. Breaker, break. Triome. Combat. Swing. No block, that's fine. And pass. Price, yes. We'll draw. Lab, we'll play the lab. I'll keep the Devour here though. So let's go to combat. Swing. Down to 12. Lab for turn. No imprint. Actually, I'll imprint the Devour, I think. No, we won't. Because the price, I'm thinking not. There's Sire, we pass. But with a board full of fatties and a Devour in hand, I think this is GG's. Looting. What could you possibly loot into that saves you? I was about to say, I don't think there's anything. We got there. Solid win against Reanimator. We'll be back for match number 2. All right, we're back for match 2 on the draw for game 1. Opponent mulligans down to 6. So how do we sequence this? I mean, this looks like a pretty strong turn 2. We'll reveal Devour and pass. Opponent keeps 6. Triome tapped. Devour trigger. Not really feeling any of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, because that's mana neutral. I guess I'll grab a land. We'll grab a forest here. And pass. And pass. You want to play the fetch next turn, though, so we can then Ice Till. Because we want the fetch in Yard. Unfortunately, we did mill over a fetchable. Blood Crypt. Frog. So my guess here between the Frog and the Triumph is that this is the Reanimator Zoo list. Forest. We grab a forest. Sprawl. For green. Ice Till. Our mill. And pass. Looting. A lot of Reanimator lists right now. Oh, this is Zoo Reanimator. There's the Archon in Yard. I mean, Land Persist puts us on the back foot. We do have this Devour pocketed, but it might be too slow. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're one short of this Devourer right now. Frog Pitch, another Archon. And then Float, land for turn. They don't have Persist mana, so we're good there. 2 cards in hand. If they float the Frog, they'll get another card. Binding, target the Ice Still. Yes, that is fine. Not fine, but fine. We'll put a pause on end step. And next turn we'll Speaker. Frog connects, draws a card, end step fetch, and Stomping Ground tapped. 1 fetchable left in deck will draw into a Windswept Teeth. I suppose we can grab the fetchable and play a forest. I guess we have more fetches in the works, so I'm thinking we instead play Speaker. Speaker, pitch the fetch for what? Thinking Myco Spawn here for Bajuka Bog. Empty their yard. Yes. Because right now I'm not too scared of a frog. I'm much more scared of the Archon. We'll pass. And pass. Next turn we have access to Devourer as long as the Speaker sticks. And we can either get rid of Frog or the Binding, but probably the Frog. Paying cost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another Binding on the Speaker. That does stop me from playing the Devourer next turn. I'll attack with Frog. I will Snap Block. No more drawing for you, please, unless you want to pitch some cards. Pitches a Persist, so they did find the Persist, just a turn late. Paying cost for another Frog. Yeesh. Emrakul 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I will play the forest and pass. They will connect with both frogs and draw 2. Not a fan of that, but not much I can do about it either. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, too short. They connect, they draw, and draw. Down to 11, at 18. Next turn we have Devour to get rid of the big frog. Either that or we can go for the Ice Still into Emrakul. What's this? Leyline the Guild Pact resolves. Go to end step. Return Devour to hand. We draw. Breaker. Okay, a lot is interesting here now. Breaker can block a frog and get rid of a binding. We'll get rid of binding on Ice Still and angle towards Emrakul. We have one fetch left. We did not play a land. So I'm going to go Verdant Catacomb. In response, I'm going to fetch Stomping Ground tap so I don't mill the last fetchable, yield all. I'm going to play the Sanctum of Ugin and mill. And we'll pass at this point. So we're now set up for Emrakul next turn. If they attack with small frog, it dies. If they attack with big frog, we can block it. So they're not going to attack, most likely. Opponent's going to fetch Surveil. Yep. I wonder if that was a persistent hand. And passes, we'll draw. Ghost Quarter. Ghost Quarter is kind of fun here, too. They shouldn't be on that many basics. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. In that case, let's start with Ghost Quarter, mill. Ghost Quarter, target your Triome. Fails to find, Ghost Quarter, mill. And opponent will scoop it up, we'll take the win. Alrighty, so this is always an awkward matchup whenever Zoo is mashed together with something else like Rhinos or Reanimator, what have you, right? It's just kind of awkward because you're having to... you're getting attacked at two different angles. You don't have the reanimation plan, you just have the Zoo beatdown plan. Frog is kind of an in-between, which bridges the two and kind of holds the two together, along with looting. But Frog is a significant threat in its own right, just because I think many cards in Modern Horizon sets are play design mistakes. Frog is one of them. I truly do believe Frog should not get +1/+1 counters, but it should have really read +1/+1 until end of turn. The fact that it's counters just makes it very annoying for a 2-mana card. And it's not like the mana value or the colors are restrictive either. So Trim Rumble, keep a Jukabog. They only have one basic from what we saw, so Ghost Quarter's not bad here. I mean, we want Cage, we want Jailer. Flute's not bad. We can drop Breaker. Maybe both Breakers, giving us one more slot to work with. I'm thinking 6 can also get dropped, so maybe we bring in 2 Dismembers here. Maybe do that, because it can hit Archon, it can hit Frog, it can hit Charmaw, so I think that might make sense. Let's run it back like this. Like, a single Forest equivalent makes his hand so good. We have 9 hits. 10, 11 if you include tapped sources. 11 plus an additional 3, 14 hits. Any land, though, will do. We'll keep it. Opponent Mulligan's down to 6 to start. Leyline the Guild Pact. We'll pass. Swamp, 4. Looting. So potentially an early persist. Early persist here would be pretty backbreaking. Kavu and Awakener. Yeah, the Awakener is a bit tough here. We find Flute, we play Temple, we pass, we whiffed on our lands. We have another draw, but again, if they persist here, we're in trouble. Glasspool Mimic tapped. Pass, draw. Well, we needed you last turn, not this turn. We'll Surveil. Ice Tilt to Yard. Yes? Yes. We'll pass. And pass. Do you have a persist? Godless Shrine, Shock 18 for Sign of Draco. That is another problem. Blue source up. There is Lab. We'll play Lab, no imprint. We could go Maiko and Bajukabog the Awakener. The alternative option is try to ramp. We really do need to ramp and find a solution to Sign of Draco, I think. So we're going to start with Talismans, see if they have interaction. We'll play Sprawl for green. And we're going to go Malevolent Rumble. There's Formidable Speaker, which can find what we need. Yes, I think I will go Speaker and pass and hold. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's the persist. Reveals 5 cards. But any of those permanents on the battlefield, Jesus. Yeah, that's pretty effing good. Like, maybe I should have held up the K command. The problem is, like, just leaving, trying to hold back for the graveyard plan means that we get absolutely hosed by the Scion, but now we just absolutely die. We're just going to concede here. We're dead. We're dead. Alright. Rumble in, Gemstone out, run it back. Yeah, the Awakener of the Binding's pretty good. Hand is very top deck heavy. Windswept Teeth does allow us to dig one deeper. I can make it work. Funnel will begin with 7 and a Leyline of the Guild Pact. Windswept Teeth pass. Surveil. Let's Surveil as well. Rumble top and pass. Keeps it on top. Imprint Ugin. Rumble. There's Speaker, there's Jailer, there's Myco Spawn. We're short on a Myco kick, though we could play Jailer right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. An alternative option is go to Myco Spawn and grab Shifting Wood. Shifting Wood would allow us to grab Jailer as needed. I will grab Myco Spawn because it gives us options to work with. I will pass. I will hold. Scouting Tarn. Sign of Draco. Draw. Myco Spawn. Let's play a forest. Cast Myco Spawn. Yield all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12. So I think there's a thought to grab Temple here. Another thought is, of course, to grab Ghost Quarter, but we haven't seen their basics, so I think we grab Temple. Yes. And pass. Next turn we can kick Myco. But this Sign of Draco is an issue. Pain cost for looting. Do they have looting into persist? If they pitch persist target but don't persist, we have the Bajuka Bog. There's Archon. Do they have the persist? Looting, they do not. So that allows us to kick into Bajuka Bog. Because this is their land. They've already played their land for turn. We can kick one of their fetches. Okay. Sign of Draco will attack. Down to 15. They do present a clock, though. Draw. Devourer. Devourer is interesting because it does hit the ley line of the Guild Pact. It also lets us dig. The only thing is, if you want to dig, we can't play the Bajuka Bog, which I think is a mistake. So I think I will kick the Myco to try and tease out a Consign to Memory. No Consign. So we could go for Shifting Woodland here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have enough for Emrakul. I'm going to go with Shifting Woodland or for Temple. Again, Shifting Woodland's good for Jailer, but with double looting Archon and Yard, I think we're good to go Temple right now. And then Bajuka Bog target you. Alright, so no consigns. We'll go down to 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next turn we'll likely play Ugin, which will allow us to get rid of the ley line of the Guild Pact. Opponent's paying cost for maybe a ley line binding? No. We'll hold. Go down to 11. Opponent has 4 cards in hand, but likely does not have a consign. Paying cost for Damping Sphere. Damping Sphere is fine. If anything, that hurts them more than hurts me, I think. Play Sanctum. Return Ugin. We can actually get rid of Damping Sphere, funny enough. I might do so. Yes, I will. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, we're going to grab Emrakul. I'm going to plus Ugin draw and pass. No attacks. And pass. Leyline Binding hits Ugin, that's fine. Sign of Draco will attack. We'll draw. Sprawl. So we can devour the Leyline Binding. We could do that. Alternatively, we can play Emrakul. For green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 9, 10. We're short 1. Devour the Binding. Again, trying to tease out a consign. Ugin plus, draw. Stomping Ground tapped. And pass, no attacks. Fetch, 31. Surveil. Put Stamping Sphere to yard. Realizing the Leyline of the Guild Pack's actually hurting them here with this Ugin on board. Polluted Delta. Psychic Frog. Yep, that's fine. You attack me or attack Ugin. You attack Ugin, and that's fine. Ugin's down to 5. We'll draw. Plus with Ugin, draw card. Play Temple for turn. Cast Talisman. Exile Leyline of the Guild Pact. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we can cast Emrakul. Hold up K command. I guess Ugin can't target because Frog has hexproof. That's a bit unfortunate. Either way, his opponent will scoop it up. We'll take the win. Alright, we got there. We'll be back for match number 3. Alright, we're back for match number 3 on the play for game 1. A bit of an awkward start because of Devourer. I will keep... Do we not reveal Devourer for the turn 2/6? I think not. So we'll go Verdant Catacomb Fetch, Forest, Sprawl. Do you have a Force? There's the Force, pitching Sink, we'll pass. That is quite unfortunate. Surveil. Keeps it on top. We'll draw. Mycospawn. We could theoretically shuffle away the top deck, but I don't think that would be wise. We'll pass. And we'll pass. Turtle Bud, what you doing? You're splish splashing around. Misty Rainforest Fetch for Breeding Pool Shock to 17. For Wistfulness, draw 2, discard a card. Pretty good here. Definitely seems like Living End. There's Disciple of Frailise and a Wistfulness in yard. And draw Wooded Foothill. We'll keep the Wooded Foothill, play the Ghost Quarter, and cast 6 and pass. Question is whether or not they Living End next turn. If so, they'll get back Disciple, Wistfulness, And we'll lose 6. We do have Myco spawn next turn. Temple Garden Shock 15 for Shardless Agent to Living End. Yep, so 6 down, and they'll have 3 bodies on board. They'll sacrifice Wistfulness to draw 6. Jesus. It's not bad. But they can't exactly do much with the cards in hand, I suppose. They get the hand shape. So it's like a draw 6, pitch 3. But in Living End, that's not bad, because now they can fill it with creatures. I suppose Myco Spawn in the Bajuka Bog seems decent here then, if they do go that route. Colossal Sky Turtle, Ent, and a Living End. Wooded Foothills, fetch. For a forest. Myco Spawn. Yield all. Bajuka Bog, target you, and pass. So that way their yard is not set up for another Living End. And we have blockers for both Freyalise and Agent. We'll pass. If I could find a temple off top, would be nice. But it will attack with Freyalise and the Agent. I'll block the Agent, not the Freyalise. I mean, I'm setting up for another Living End, but give and take, I suppose. Clean up, pitch a card, Living End. There's Ice Still. We will cast Ice Still. Does Ice Still resolve? Ice Still does resolve. I'm tempted to Ghost Quarter loop here. How many basics do you run? 2. So that's not enough to stop you, is the problem. Yeah, that's kind of the issue I'm seeing here. It's not enough to stop them from Living End. We are able to Ghost Quarter on Bog to reset it. Yeah, though not that we need to right now. Let's go Wooded Foothill. And before we mill a card, I guess we have a couple fetchables, so we'll mill. So we find Myco Spawn will fetch for a forest and mill. And then I will go with, I think, Commercial District here. Just because, well, I mean, if he gets 6, this district in hand's not bad. I'll go Verdant Catacomb Mill. 4 types in yards. We're getting close to Emrakul. We'll go to combat, swing with Myco Spawn. Down to 18. No endurance. So endurance will hit my yard. That is fine. Hits its own yard. Why would you not hit my yard? Peculiar. They'll block the Myco. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we should have enough for Emrakul next turn as it stands. Plays a land, surveils. Do you keep it on top? If you keep it on top, it incentivizes me to Ghost Quarter you to shuffle it away. They'll attack. We'll block with the Ice Still. Down to 11. You have 6 in hand. I guess maybe they wanted to put the Living End back in deck. That is a possibility. generous Ent forest cycle. So they're shuffling away the top anyways. Interesting. Choose a basic forest, which means they should only have one more forest left, one more basic left in deck. There's Wistfulness. So we have some interesting options now. So we can hit them down to 3 lands. We also could hit Bojuka Bog and reset Bojuka Bog, though we don't have any more forests left in deck, which is the only downside. Ardent Plea to Yard. Wistfulness to Yard. End Step. Fetch. Tapped. Mill. And draw. Talisman. So we have one more fetchable. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're actually short on Emrakul as it stands. So I'm very tempted to just go for Devourer. Let's start with the Wooded Foothill and mill. Gemstone. So in that case, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So in that case, Wooded Foothill, fetch to 9, shock to 7, mill. Play the Gemstone, mill. And Emrakul. Sanctum trigger, yield all. I will choose yes and grab what? I'm thinking either Breaker or Mycospawn here. I like the idea of Mycospawn of shifting. Yes, we'll grab Myco. Street Race Cycle, 19. If they had a subtlety, they would have done so before the Sanctum trigger, I suppose. Because if you have a way to get to Living End, I'm actually going to Living End because my yard seems a lot better than yours. Subtlety, and that's fine. I'll put that on top. So we have an Emrakul on top now. No attacks from Ice Till. So we have an Ardent Plea, press the enemy. So, I mean, Wistfulness. Go to main. Can we Wistfulness, pitch the press, and Ardent Plea? I believe we can, right? Because we don't want press in hand if they can then recast the... Oh, we can't Wistfulness and... That's a bit frustrating. Huh. Yeah, we can do one or the other. Which means... Return target permanent. An online permanent put on control zone or may cast an instant sorcery spell of equal mana or less value from hand without paying its mana cost. I mean, I suppose we could just Ardent Plea and leave Living End in exile. And then Wistfulness double green just to get it out of hand. We have another Emrakul next turn. We'll take 3 down to 4. Yeah, that press the enemy is kind of annoying. Because, yeah, if we were Wistfulness, we'd double blue. But then we don't have the blue source for the Ardent play. Damn. The other option is to Wistfulness and then just pitch the Ardent play, but I don't think I want to do that. So I guess we can Ardent play, leave the Living End stranded, play their Forest, Wistfulness. So white, blue, leave back double green, Wistfulness, pop the Ardent play, and leave it at that? Yeah, I think so. So blue, white, green, Ardent play, Cascade trigger. Seize the Living End. I will choose not the cast Living End. Oh, it does put it on the bottom, doesn't it? That's still fine. Yeah, we don't care about that. It's not coming off a suspend. So we will choose not to. Yep, nope, that's correct. And then Ardent Plea resolves. Forest. And evoke the Wistfulness. Done. Oh, an opponent controls. That's so unfortunate. Why would you do that, Watsy? Why'd you say opponent controls? Alright. No attacks, so we're going to go down to 4. Not ideal, but still fine. So they have press and... Let me pull up Scryfall again. Press the enemy. We'll block. So they have Force Press. Spell or non-land permanent is important here. And there's the Emrakul. So in that case, spell or non-land permanent, Sanctum of Ugin trigger. So they can bounce Emrakul to hand on the stack, which I don't want. So instead, I'm thinking we do one of 2 things. We have Devourer, and we have Mycospawn. So if I go Mycospawn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how much mana do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 11 mana. 11 down to 5. Yes. So we can Mycospawn kick. Let's start there and grab Shifting Woodland. Myco kick. We will hit the Meticulous Archive. Yes. Double white, triple white. Yes. Meticulous Archive out. Floats blue. Double blue. Grab Shifting Woodland. Mill, yield all. I should have grabbed the lab prior to casting, however. But if they bounce the Ice Still, then we can just recast, so it's not as much of an issue. Press doesn't get us here because they lack what they need for Living End. Living End's not in Yard. So we can't... Bogging them doesn't do too much here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Imprint, Emrakul, or Devourer. Imprint, Devourer. Phase change. So you can press, but we have the shifting woodland primed. They press the ice till, that is fine. Oh, it's from your hand. Why do I think it's from Yard? I'm thinking of Halo Forger. Duh. Reading the card explains the card. I will Ghost Quarter you, target Breeding Pool now. So you have Force and 1 unknown. There's an island. We'll pass. End step. Cycle Curator. So Force, still 1 unknown. If they attack, we have Sire with Shifting. Surveil, and that's fine. Put Street Wraith to Yard. Again, Force, 1 unknown. This 1 unknown would have to be Endurance. Target Sire. Shifting. And even if it were, it wouldn't matter because we still wouldn't be dead. Cool. Yep, so I probably should have actually shifting Woodland earlier. Not shifting Woodland, Ardent Plead earlier. Because our board state would have been kind of nuts. But we got there. Yeah, I definitely got Press and Halo Forger mixed up. Thankfully, it didn't matter. Okay. So we're going to want Jailer. We're going to want Vexing Bauble. K return out. Pajuka Box stays. Rumble Trim. 2 basics does make Ice Still seem nice. We could bring in Trinisphere. Though Trinisphere only delays and actually is a bit of a non-bow of Vexing Bauble, as the 2 of them do conflict. We do need to cut Emrakul in case they bring in Inevitable Betrayal, though. So I guess we do bring in Trinisphere and run it back. Yes. On the draw. Hand's interesting. I will keep it. So it's an early speaker. So Gemstone Caverns, pitch the forest, and pass. Hedgemaze Surveil. Draw. Devour. You're a bit late to the party, but still fine. We'll play the Talisman. Do you have a Force? You do not have a Force. The nice part about the Formidable Speaker here is we can pitch the Breaker. Ent Force Cycle, pass in full. Forest. Main plays Misty. Fetch 19. Or an island. I mean, those are both of their basics. If we get to Ghost Quarter, we just start hitting them hard. So in that case, kind of interesting. Shifting comes into play tap, but that's fine. So I'm thinking we will cast Speaker. Does Speaker resolve, or do you have a Subtlety? Blue for Curator Cycle. Street Wraith cycle. I will pitch Breaker, and we're grabbing Soulless Jailer. Lab. Imprint Devourer. Cast Soulless Jailer, and pass. So now their living and shenanigans are turned off. That is until Jailer's gone. Forest and passing. We'll draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could play Devourer, but we don't want to play Devourer. In that case, I will play Shifting Woodland. Yeah. Play Shifting Woodland tapped. I suppose we can attack and see if they have an Endurance. But it's not like I can kill the Speaker, which is nice. Down to 15. Do you have a Beseiju? You have a Sink in the Stupor. Sink is fine. Do you have a Shardless Agent into Living End or an Ardent Plea? I'm kind of okay with this because we can devour their biggest thing. Yes. Yield all. There's Betrayal. So they're on Betrayal and not End, or they could be on both, of course. So I imagine they'll go for Sire's 7 Death. Sire is admittedly a difficult card for me to deal without another Sire. How do we proceed here? We can Devour, get rid of the Agent. End step, return Devour to hand. And draw. Rumble. It's possible that we play into a Force, though. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can play the Rumble then. Cast Rumble. Do you have a Force? There's Force, pitching Plea. In that case, I will 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, we'll untap Temple. Temple. And Devour. Devour the Agent and pass. And pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One short of Breaker next turn. We'll take 7 down to 13. Opponent's up to 20. No blocks. And we'll draw. Rumble number 2. Let's rumble again. Pain cost, hard casting Force. A bit annoying. In that case, do I play the Jailer? I don't think so. I think we hold up for the Breaker next turn. Yes, let's do that. I will pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, you're short 1 on the breaker, unfortunately. No blocks. Down to 6. End step. Activate breaker. Sack lab. Breaker to hand. We'll draw. Talisman. 4, 7, breaker. Breaker, break. Your only white source. Yield all. Paying cost for subtlety. There is subtlety. Yield all. I will have to put this to bottom because breaker... Well, does breaker give me another turn next turn? I don't believe so. Breaker, break, and then we can double block Sire, but then we die to subtlety, so I think I have to put this to bottom and find another Sire. We'll pass. No attacks. And pass. We'll block and block. Devour down. Down to 3. 2 in hand. And we draw. Stomping Ground will not cut it. We will concede. Breaker can block subtlety, but Sire has menace, and so he would not be able to block both Sire and subtlety. Not to mention Sire's trample, and even if it didn't have menace, then Speaker would only mitigate 3 damage, which means that we would still take, or 4 damage, which means we'd still take 3 and die. So yeah, Sire has all the keywords. First Strike, Vigilance, Trample, Reach, Lifelink. It is the Sire of 7 Deaths. Nope, Sire does not die due to First Strike. Alright, game 3. So, Rumble back in, Gemstone out. They're definitely on the Betrayal plan. We'll run it back. Okay. On the play for game 3. We need a green source, but this is workable. What's the most forgettable keyword on Sire? Reach. And people pay for it all the time. I think Reach in general is just something that, like, not to be punny, but flies right over their head. Of course, Reach stops that. If you had a Reach creature, then it wouldn't fly over your head. Get it? Let's see. I think we'll double Devour here, looking for a green source. Either that or a... K command's not bad. Yeah, we'll go K command. I guess there's also Talisman next turn. Lab, Talisman, U. Yeah, we'll go Talisman. And Talisman. So we'll start with Temple or Lab. We'll go Temple, Lab, Imprint, Cast, Rumble. Yes, pass. And pass. It's an Eland. You shouldn't be able to do too much of just the Eland. We'll draw. Lab. Imprint. Cast. Do you have a force? Of course you do. We'll pass. Pitching Subtlety. Cycle. Generous Scent for a cycle. 4. Lushport. We can pass. Lushport Surveil. Heavily debating Ghost Quartering my own land. Bauble, though. First, we'll cast Bauble. How would I want to do this? Do I want to hit my own lab or my own temple? Probably my own temple. So we cast Bauble first to play around force. So, Bauble. Do you have another force? Thank God you don't. Ghost Quarter, target my temple. Yes, I'm that desperate for a green source. For a forest. Rumble. We whiff on lands. I suppose I'll take Sprawl. And pass. And hold. The Bauble at least delays them for a turn. Next time we can Myco. Boseiju. Wistfulness. Endurance. It's my yard or yours? It's my yard. That's fine. I'm a-okay with that, especially if I shuffle. We'll draw. Formidable Speaker. It's a blocker. I will cast Speaker. Speaker, pitch, Sprawl. We'll grab Ice Till. We could grab Jailer, but I think I grab another Myco spawn here. Yes, we'll grab a second Myco and pass. If I can find a land, we can kick Myco. Paying cost for Ardent Plea. I guess this way you can attack over Formidable Speaker. Yep, they choose not to, so this way they can attack over Speaker. Sure. This tells me they don't exactly have much going on here. Take 4 down to 16, we'll draw. Untapped land. Sire, not an untapped land. 2, untap. Myco spawn. Yield all. Temple. Pass. And hold. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll block off Myco if you attack. Yep. Ardent Plea, trigger. Go to blocks. We'll block. End step and draw. You're missing land drops, though. In that case, I will lab. 2, 4, 5, 6. No imprint. Kick Myco spawn. Myco spawn. Kick Lushport. Three mana. Endurance. Sure. Endurance at my yard? Sure. We're going to shuffle up anyways. I'm thinking Sanctum of Ugin. And pass. No attacks. And pass. One, two, three, four. Then we'll scoop it up and we'll take the win. All right, we'll be back for match number 4. All right, enter back for match 4 on the play for game 1. I will keep. All right, forest, sprawl for green or for red. We'll go for green since we have a fetch for the red. Yes, unless you have a force. Do you has force? Why else would you not pass through your turn? Okay, we'll go for green. And we'll pass. And pass. Suppose they were playing against Energy, Sacred Foundry, Shock for Ragavan. I would love to see a Soul Land here. That's a K return. Not a Soul Land, but a pretty good card here. Let us rumble. There's a Gemstone Caverns. We'll grab the Gemstone. So this is kind of interesting. I don't want to let Ragavan connect though. I don't like the monkey connecting. Okay, let's do this. We're going to pass and hold up the Wooded Foothill. See if they get rid of the spawn before we crack. They do not. They'll attack. I'm going to fetch Surveil to see what's on top. What's on top? Emrakul. We don't want Emrakul right now. But I'm okay feeding you an Emrakul. But I don't want you to get the land. Do I care about the land, though? Not really. Well, not the land, the treasure. Do I care about the treasure right now? Not the K return in hand. We'll feed you the Emrakul. Ragavan will connect. Ragavan will pilfer. This is fine. You find an Emrakul. Enjoy. Next turn, we can ramp Scry Draw and K return if they don't get rid of the spawn. If they commit the board, we're definitely going to K return. Opponent definitely questioning why I just fed them an Emrakul. I think knowing when to allow monkey to hit and when knowing when to not allow monkey to hit is definitely a very experience-based thing. Because like oftentimes the answer is I never want to, but I think in this case I kind of do. Otherwise we lack the double colorless for these K commands, and we don't exactly want that. I don't want to have to play this K return unless I get good value out of it. Plains. This is a Blood Moon. Ranger Captain of Eos. Sure. I'm okay with this. What does Ranger find? It's interesting to see Ranger back again. I'm not sure why they've reintroduced it, to be honest. I guess maybe Storm. It helps with Storm. Yeah. Maybe. Alright. We draw. Triple K command. Okay. What do we want to do? Honestly, I might just hold K command here. But do we want to play around Mana Tithe? We might need to play around Mana Tithe. That's an interesting quandary. I mean, I can ramp an Exile, set up for the Sire. We can ramp Scry Draw for X equals 3. Mana Tithe is a card that Energy sometimes plays, and unfortunately, because of its existence of sometimes, it is something that you generally do have to play around. Because the one time you don't play around it, you're going to get surprised by a Mana Tithe, and you're going to want to throw your keyboard. Ask me how I know. How do we want to proceed? I think I might K-command now. Do I want to ramp Scry Draw, block the Rag? I've already played a land for turn. We will ramp Scry Draw. We can ignore the Ranger Captain of Eos. And done. There's another K return. Talisman bottom. K return top, temple top, and draw, and pass. Hold K, command X1. We'll hold. Arid Mesa fetch. Sacred Foundry, shock, 14. So not a Blood Moon. There's Guide. Okay. Guide trigger is fine. And Ocelot Pride. Okay, so this is less fine now. So how we want to proceed? I'm going to say exile and ramp, exile guide, and done. Because I don't want them growing anything out of range of K return. We'll pass. We're going to block the Ragavan. We'll take 3 from the Ranger, go down to 14. Guide triggers. We'll block the Rag. Down to 14. Pride triggers. And draw. Temple. Do I cast K return now or hold to see if they overcommit the board? We have 2 extra mana, so Mana Tithe isn't an issue. We'll hold. Go to combat. I would rather Guide of Souls not trigger to put tokens onto the Ranger Captain of Eos, so I am going to K return. Leaves just the Ranger Captain. Ranger Captain will attack, and I will take 3 down to 11. Ocelot Pride. Okay. Land. End step. Ramp and Scry Draw. And done. Devourer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna put you to bottom. I would like a land, question mark. I'm gonna get a sweep next turn. We have another sweeper in hand. We should have time to draw lands. I'll put it on top. We draw. Another Devourer. Well, we'll cast Cyrus 7 Death and sweep the board. Yield all. You have 1 card in hand. We have a Cyrus 7 Death. The only thing that saves you here is a Static Prison, which most lists have cut, or a very big Thraben Charm, which is going to take a while for you to build up. Bombardment to Yard, 1 in hand. I'm fairly certain we have the win here. Bone scoops it up, we'll take the win. Alright, so we're going to want our removal package in. Let's take a look at their energy list. Sideboard 3 Charmaw, so we are going to want to keep Ice still. Bajuka Bog's good. Drop Rumble. They run, looks like 2 basics. We could keep the Ghost Quarter. It's a consideration. Actually, we've talked about dropping Dismember in this matchup. So I'm not sure we want Dismember here. Just has not performed well into energy. Probably better into things like Belcher or Ruby Storm because it can clear Ral. We can drop a Breaker, and I'm going to say the Ghost Quarter I think is fine. And then run it back like this. Okay. We'll be on the draw. K command X2 on 2, we'll keep. K return in hand. Would love to see a force to force equivalent for the Rumble. Opponent mulligans down to 5, so this is promising. We'll pass. Surveil, slow start from opponent. Orange Chantier, I'd love to see that. Another K command, we'll play Temple, we'll pass. And hold in case it's relevant. Ocelot Pride resolves. Do you miss your land drop? You do not. 3 in hand. And draw. Formidable Speaker. Lab Imprint Breaker. And pass. Fledgestrand Fetch 19 Surveil. With the K return in hand, I don't think I care about the Ocelot Pride making tokens right now. I think we just probably ramp Scry Draw. Land, again 3 in hand. Fetch Arid Mesa. Plains, could be a Blood Moon. Could be a Charmaw. There's Charmaw. Charmaw enters. Target. Target Lab. We'll float. And let resolve. Before the phase change, we are going to ramp and Scry Draw. Done. Sprawl bottom, Sire bottom draw. We kind of need lands here. We'll take the 1 down to 19. Ocelot Pride will trigger. 19 all draw. Commercial District is a land, not the one I want in this moment, but we will take and surveil. Temple top and pass. We can K command X2. It's mana neutral though, so I think I'm just going to hold here and hold again. We'll take the 6 down to 13. Ocelot Pride will trigger once again. Goblin Bombardment makes this a bit more awkward, however. I will ramp and exile the Ocelot Pride. No reason to sack the other one right now. Done. Pride down, so that we're not making tokens. This ping my spawns. Yeah, second one. That's a problem. So sack the tokens that get rid of the spawns. Sack 1. Sack 2. Pass all. How would we like to proceed here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we add one more land, I'm heavily considering Speaker Pitch Return, but we aren't. So I think we have to instead go for Mycospawn unkicked. Blocks the Pride, 1 in hand. The other option, of course, is, I guess Speaker is still an option. If we find a land, we then can play, let's say, Sire, K return sweep. That is tempting. It blocks the Ocelot Pride as well, but then it will die to Discharge is the only problem. Dies the Discharge, dies the Flage. To be fair, Flage and Discharge also kill Mycospawn. Other options, Rumble, but Rumble will get Bombardment hit. Okay. We're going to go Temple, Formidable Speaker, Speaker, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Speaker resolves, pitch the K return, grab Cyrus 7 Death, and pass. And pass. 2 cards in hand. Again, discharge and Flage are an issue. We'll take 4 down to 9. There's a dashed rag. Huh. Well, that makes it interesting. Okay. So if we block the Ocelot Pride, Speaker takes 2, Rag Pilfers top. If I block the Ragavan, they could sack Ocelot Pride and the token to take down Speaker. If I don't block any, what does the damage look like? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 down to 5. Ocelot Pride and Ragavan both represent 2 damage. We get absolutely hosed by a discharge if we block the Pride. I will block the Ragavan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yes. Because they'll have to sack the Ocelot Pride and the token to get rid of the Speaker. Block the Ragavan. Up to 21, down to 12, down to 8. Pride trigger. Ragavan dash. Do you sack the Ocelot Pride? You do. Okay. Speaker down, we draw. Bajuka Bog. I will cast Myco Spawn. Yield all. I'll grab another Temple. Play Bajuka Bog, target you, and pass. Opponent is currently representing 5 damage. Down to 3, we die to a Flage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe I should have grabbed those. No, I think it's still correct. Alright, do we die to a Flage? A Johnny. Well, that complicates things. Down to 3, down to 1, and dead. Yes. Alright. Unfortunate. Let's get a sideboard. And we will want the Rumble back, Gemstone Trim, and run it back like this. Yeah, we're a bit late on the K return. I think the Speaker play was correct, but we just whiffed on the land. I must have the Johnny in hand, given that... Well, maybe not. I don't know. I don't think they would have gone for the play they did if they had the Johnny. But either ways, on the play for game 3, I will keep. This is a pretty quick start. A lot of acceleration. Opponent will mulligan down to 5. We have a K return prime. We have an Ice still into a Stomping Ground. Kind of wish it's a little fetch, but it is what it is. Reveal Devour, trigger. There's Speaker. Speaker is nice. We can grab Speaker. Lab, Imprint, Cast and pass, Marsh Flats, Fetch 19 for Sacred Foundry, Shock 17 for Ragavan. We draw. So I have some interesting choices here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with Speaker. Speaker can block the Ragavan. So I'm thinking Forest, pitch. I guess we could Stomping Ground tapped. That might be the better option. Stomping Ground tapped, Speaker, pitch the Forest. No, we'll pitch the Stomping Ground. So Forest, Speaker. Speaker's pitch the Stomping Ground for a Myco spawn. We'll pass. We will need a land, I suppose. I guess we could have pitched the K return or the Ice Still, but I don't want to do either, so I'd rather try and draw into a land here. We can block the Rag. There's a Johnny, so we're going to sweep. They've overcommitted to board. So how much mana do I have right now? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So not enough Decay Return and Ice Still or Myco Spawn. Well, if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, Imprint. Yep, that works. Myco Spawn, Yield All, Lab Imprint, and I'd rather they not try and flip at instant speed, so okay, return now and pass. 4 cards in hand, we have 2 bodies on board, and a significant amount of ramp. If they have a Charmal, we have Ice Still sitting in the white side. Blood Moon. Blood Moon's still fine. We'll draw. If anything, Blood Moon might hurt them more than it hurts me. Ice Still. Stomping Ground Mill. Temple Mill. We'll pass. Go to combat, attack with all. Gonna beat you down with the big butt squad. Marsh Flats. Ragavan. Voice. Sure, we draw. Rumble. Let's start with Rumble. Rumble finds a Myco spawn. So here's the fun thing about Blood Moon, opponent. It's a bit of a liability. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Commercial District. Mill. And Temple Mill. Myco Kick. Myco Kick, target the planes. You now do not have any more planes. And opponent skips it up. We'll take the win. Solid. We'll be back for match number 5. Alright, and we're back for match 5 on the play for game 1. I will keep solid K command hand. Opponent Mulligan down to 6. Supposedly we're playing against Blink. We'll see if that's true. Devourer, trigger. Ice Still, Myco Spawn, Forest. I don't want to grab the Forest, but I think I have to grab the Forest. Grab the Forest. Lab, Imprint, Devour, pass. And hold. On the off chance it's relevant. Tis a Forest. That doesn't look like Blink. This Broodscale? Is it a Brood? Yeah, looking more and more like Broodscale. Okay. Okay. Tease the forest, temple, hold K command. I mean, we're still likely angled towards the kick might go. There's the fleshy rake. Shouldn't have anything else. I'm tempted to just hit this flesh rake, but I think I will ramp scry draw. Done. Emrakul, yes. Emrakul's good. Draw. He's a World Breaker too. We love World Breaker. So we are going to go Myco Kick. Myco Kick the Temple. Going for a Ghost Quarter here I don't think is necessary. They probably run between 2 to 4 forests. So Ghost Quarter here without the Ice Still is probably a no-go. Hitting the Temple though would be good. So Temple down. Grab Temple. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12. Alternatively, we can go for a fetch, which acts as a temple for our purposes and gets us a surveil. I'm going to go Wooded Foothill and pass. Because it adds another type to yard, and we can potentially add 2 types to yard off the commercial district. And we can still play the breaker next turn. Saga, we're going to break. Soul Guide Lanterns, mana neutral, yield all. This does mean we're off the Emrakul plan, unfortunately. Unless we surveil the right cards, I suppose. End step, fetch Wooded Foothill. Commercial District surveil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3 short. Finds a Myco Spawn top. And draw. In that a case, we are going to kick a Myco Spawn. Myco Kick, hit the Urza Saga for a temple. And no reason to imprint here. Actually, maybe I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's go to combat first. Do you want to block? So next turn we can break the forest if they don't have anything else going for them. I think I do imprint the Sire here and angle towards the Emrakul if possible. I think opponent's thinking about blocking and cracking the Soul Guide. Would especially make sense if they're light on lands, but they do not. Imprint Sire and pass. This also represents K command potential. They do crack the Soul Guide, but they'll not choose to sack the spawn. Okay. Land. Haywire Might resolves. It's mana neutral. Yep. And draw. Sprawl. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. In that case, let's start by breaking. Break, hit the forest or the grove. Hit the forest. Go to combat. Block. Perfect. Now we can play the Sprawl. And that allows for Emrakul next turn. We'll pass. And hold. Ugin's Lab. Imprint. No imprint. Passing. Draw. Windswept Teeth. Fetch Windswept Teeth. For a forest. Our turn, comrade. Opponent scoops it up, we'll take the win. Okay, so this is where we just bring in the entire removal package. Keep the Bajuka Bog, drop a Rumble. Ghost Quarter's still nice, but we might not be able to focus as much on the Ghost Quarter loops. And drop an Ugin, run it back like this. Yes. Opponent's on the play. We can keep. We'd like to see a K command. Opponent's thinking hard in the opening 7. Mulligan's down to 6, we'll keep. Do you mulligan on the 5? You do not. You'll keep 6, we'll reveal Devour, we'll pass. Forest. Stirrings. Goes digging 4. Saga. Okay. Imagine they play Saga next turn, Devour trigger. I really don't want any of this, though Dismember is appealing. I'll grab Dismember. Having removal is smart. We'll go red. And pass. And pass. Stirrings, take 2. Finds Brood. So yes, this Dismember seems pretty good. We'll draw. Lab. We don't need to play Lab right now, so we'll go Temple, Talisman, Talisman, and pass. We'll hold for Dismember. Saga trigger. Grove. Pain cost 4. Brood. Why play the Brood now is my question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We could Dismember now, however, doing so might not be the wisest decision. Having them tax themselves when they go to equip might be better. We'll hold. And draw. Ugin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. Ugin. So, Lab. Imprint. Devourer. Cast Ugin. Ugin. No targets. Yield all. The only downside I do see of this is opponent grabbing Needle if they brought Needle in. It's a possibility, I suppose. If they do, then it is what it is. But Brood down, we'll pass. If they don't have Needle, then we have card advantage next turn. If they go for Needle, they're not grabbing Blade, so win-win. They grab Blade. Do you have Brood? Lab. I mean, if they have a second Brood, they win. If they have a win con, there's Brood. If you have a win con, cast it, and I'll concede. Concede. Wait. Oh, they didn't have the imprint. Never mind. I was thinking they would have had the imprint. Second Brood, Stomping doesn't cut it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. 0. Shock. Ugin trigger, no target. Bundle scoops it up. We got the win. And the 5-0. There we go. You love to see it. Oh, we were close. We were pretty close to losing there. If they had an imprint, and a win con, we were SOL. But thankfully we got there. Solid. I mean, the deck just continues to perform well. I will say there is some thoughts to, is it the deck is performing well because I have mastery of the deck? Like, I have how many games played with E-Ramp at this point? In like the last year or two? I guess it was just over a year now that I've like really put my nose to the grindstone of E-Ramp. I want to say I have, let's see, statistics. Let's go to win rate. Actually, I can only do that. We can just go match stats. E-Ramp. I have played a total of 1,800 matches just for over the last year or so. I mean, I have mastery of the deck, I would say. I'm still learning. As I always say, I'm by no means the best player. I'm always learning to striving to do better. But I'd say I have mastery over the core concepts of the deck. And so the question then is raised, is the deck performing well in my hands because I have mastery of the deck? Or is the deck performing well because it is a good deck? I would say both. As I always say, or at least as a recent, I've been saying that E-Ramp definitely feels like the Jund of the modern meta, because it feels like you have a positive win rate into almost every single matchup, with the exception of like 2. I want to make that clear. I have 2 matchups where I have a negative win rate, and that is Amulet Titan and Ruby Storm. Those are the only 2 decks, and mind you, not by like a large margin. Ruby Storm's a 46.9% win rate, and Titan's a 42% win rate. So, like, it's not as if it's unbeatable by any stretch. It's not like a 30 or 10% win rate. It's still something reasonable, pretty close to 50%. Everything else is like 58, 62, 58, 66, 65, 56, 57, 60. So, I mean, the deck feels really good. So, I would say if you guys are considering playing E-Ramp, I would recommend it. I would say, though, it definitely does take some time to master the deck, and I think it definitely rewards a good knowledge and understanding of the meta you plan to play in. Because there's so many micro decisions in the deck that I think a lot of people overlook when watching my gameplay, because I know the deck inside and out. And even now, I'm making a lot of those mistakes myself now that we've added both 6 and Formidable Speaker to the deck. So I do think it is a really good deck. I would say if you are interested in it, definitely try it, but it will take some time before you really find your footing. I think also the fact that it's just so customizable to metas is really, really also advantageous. If you're playing more aggro, maybe Chris is better than Ice Till in 6. If you have more land destruction, then Ice Till. If you have a lot of Titan, then you can main deck some hate pieces. A lot of Infinity, you can main deck some hate pieces. There's a lot of cool things you can do with this list that I think a lot of lists don't have as much flexibility or in-depth customization available to them. So I would say I've been having a ton of fun with E-Ramp. Again, I'm going to be playing this for the rest of the season just to really do a true test of Formidable Speaker in 6 to get some good numbers on them. Just as like a quick update on that, formidable speaker, where are you, bud? E-ramp. E-ramp, formidable speaker. I mean, on the play, only 10 times cast at 70% win rate. And on post board, 17 times cast, 47. Nothing conclusive just yet, but still decent numbers. 6, though, 7 times cast, 57% win rate, which makes sense because I think when you're casting 6, you're oftentimes using it again as a Yawgmoth will. So you go 6, immediately cast a Myco Spawn from yard, immediately cast an Emrakul from yard. Same thing post board, 9 times cast with a 66.7% win rate. So like 6's trajectory seems really good, but again, I like to get roughly 30 times cast before really getting a good feel for a card and the data that's coming in. But 6 is looking really promising. Formidable Speaker looking really promising pre-board. Maybe a little bit worse post-board because people are more prepared for it. But we'll see in due time. Like I said, we're going to be doing a lot of in-depth testing of this list between now and the end of the season. So we have like another 3 weeks of thorough testing. But with that being said, that there will be the end of tonight's YouTube video. As always, if you did enjoy it, please do consider hitting the like button. Comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, mistakes that I made, or any general feedback. Be much appreciated. For as much that I hope you all learn from me in both my successes and failures, I hope I can learn from you all as well. Last but not least, if you have reached the point of the video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the subscribe button as we continue to grow this channel. However, if you would like to watch these videos recorded live over on Twitch, you can find me there Sundays through Thursdays at 10 p.m. CST and Fridays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. CST for the weekend challenges. Otherwise, you can head over to my Patreon where you can find these videos ad-free and early. With that being said though, folks, I will see you all next time. Bye-bye!